Hello dear listeners, I welcome you all to this video. In this video, we shall continue reading of the chapter When Granny Wanted a Lemon. Dear listeners, it is an excerpt from R.K. Narayan's famous book Malgudi School Days. Excerpt means a small portion taken out. Malgudi School Days is the name of a book. Malgudi is a fictitious, an imaginary town in the South India. Let's begin reading at page number 106. Till here, we have read that Swami is getting late for his cricket match and his granny is suffering from severe stomachache. Let's read further what happens in the story. Now, he said as usual and was in a moment out of her sight, in the kitchen violently sucking coffee out of a tumbler. Tumbler is the name of a utensil. He could still hear her shaky, querulous voice calling him. Querulous means a complaining voice, as if she always complains against him, that he doesn't take care of her properly. There was something appealing in that weak voice, and he had a fit of pity for her, sitting and calling people who paid no heed to her. As soon as he had drunk the coffee, he went to her and asked, "What do you want?" Here, Swami is getting late for his play, so he wants to be packed up and go out to play in the cricket ground. As soon as he goes into the kitchen, he drinks his coffee from that tumbler and he is in great hurry, but suddenly he hears a noise, a voice. His grandmother is calling him, and he can feel in that voice that the voice is not very pleasing, rather it is a very weak voice, someone from a patient. He feels very pity for her. Pity means very sympathetic. He feels very bad for her that she is very weak and not feeling well. And he feels very sorry for the people who pay no heed to her. It means who does not take care of her, who doesn't pay any attention to her. So, he decides to go to her after finishing his coffee. He quickly reaches her and asks her politely, "What do you want, Granny?" She looked up and asked him to sit down. At that, he lost his temper and all the tenderness he had felt for her a moment back. He raised, "If you are going to say what you have to, say it as quickly as possible. If not, don't think I'm a silly fool." Swami is getting horribly late for his cricket match and his granny calls him, so he quickly reaches to her and he asks her, "What is the matter, Granny? What do you want?" But Granny is a bit patient. She asks him to sit down and listen to her, but he is in great hurry, so he loses his patience and becomes a bit angry with her. He loses all the sympathy and care for her at that very moment. He wants his granny to tell him what does she want, and he asks her very quickly, "Granny, if you are going to say what you have to say, you have to be very quick. It means you have to speak very quickly whatever you wishes to say, and if you are taking time, then I'm not a silly fool. I'll listen to you later, not now." Being a small kid, at this moment, he considers his cricket match with his friends far more important than taking care of his granny, although he loves her very much. Thanks for watching the video.